Hi, everybody. Before we get to another great interview, the Too Opinionated podcast could really use your help. And it's easy, it's free. IMDb, which is the entertainment database, imdb.com, named us a top 100 podcast. We came in at number 82. That's a big deal because there's 15 million podcasts and growing. So to be named to anybody's top 100 list, pretty big deal for us. And the way you can help is to go to imdb.com, look up the Too Opinionated podcast, and that's it. Just bringing our page up. That traffic really helps us out. Our YouTube channel is MeisterCon Pod. All we ask is that you subscribe. It's also free, but that really helps us to attract these amazing guests that we keep bringing on the program. And that's it. 2 easy ways for you to support us, and we would really appreciate the help. Now let's get to that interview. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Too Opinionated. I'm so excited today. I've got actor Agape Mngomezulu. How'd I do?
That's it. Yeah, 10 out of 10. 10 out of
I had
10.
to say it real fast because I was like, I got to say it before I how to say it.
No, thank you so much for having me, Mike.
Hey, welcome to the show. I'm a big fan. You know, we've been, my wife got me hooked on Ginny and Georgia after the first season. She watched the first season without me, and she's like, you should watch it. And I was like, I don't know. But
right.
I thought it was just straight comedy. And it's got some other stuff in there. It's really good.
Yeah. Thank you. I mean, it's funny. That's usually how it goes. You know, it's like, oh, my girlfriend got me into this, or my wife, or and then they're like, I actually then started watching it myself, and I'm like, yeah, it's got more than the comedy, the high school.
Yeah, it's like a whole bunch of different things.
Yeah, it goes a lot deeper. Yeah. I think there's something in it for everybody. So
agree. Yeah, and it's on. This is season 3.
Yeah, season 3 just came out about a month ago. Yeah.
That's the one we've been watching. So it's
okay.
We haven't finished it yet, but we're close. We're close to
okay, I'll try to not.
No, throw them out. They don't bother me. Okay. Shame on me for not hurrying.
Yeah. Oh no.
Well, you know how that goes. When you're in a relationship and you have a show that you watch together, you can't watch it individually.
Exactly. You watching it separately is one of the most it's a cardinal sin in a relationship.
It is.
Like, the worst thing you could possibly do.
Yeah, you can. That is not allowed. That is not allowed. Yeah. And I told you my wife travels a lot, so I'm kind of
right.
I got to wait for her to come home to watch.
Yeah. You know, it's that, and also eating without them, or getting fast food or something without them.
You can't do that either.
If I get McDonald's, yeah, I go exactly. If I get McDonald's and my girl was like, "Oh, what'd you have?" McDonald's, like, without me. I'm like, oh,
I was hungry.
Yeah,
I could have eaten a Big Mac. Come on.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, Agape, let me back us up a little bit. Let's start this way. Tell me a little bit about what got you into acting. It's such a tough business. What made you want to be an actor?
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, so I was born in Southern Africa, a small country called Swaziland. And I lived there until I was about 10, and then I moved to Vancouver with my mom.
I've heard of Swaziland.
Have you?
I have. I don't really know too much about it. But I always thought, like, the first time I heard that, honestly, I thought, well, somebody's made that up.
Yeah.
I think it's the land on the end of it.
Yeah, it sounds like an amusement park, like a Disneyland.
It does. Yeah, but go ahead. Keep going.
No. Yeah, I get that often. Or like, Switzerland? No. Swaziland. So, but then we moved to Canada, and I would just do high school drama classes and stuff, and then the more I did it, the more I was like, wait, I think I really like doing this kind of stuff, and at some point it clocked into me that this is a job people do. Like, I feel like when you're a kid watching shows and stuff, you're not watching it as, oh, these are people working and like career. You're just like, oh, this is like a fun, like, I don't know
what kids exactly think, but they don't really look at it as these people on the TV or that's their career.
Exactly. Like, and so there's a point it clicked into me like, oh, people are working and this is a job they do and they pay rent and, whatever. So I was like, in high school, at some point when you're like 14 or 15, someone's like, decide the rest of your life. And you're like, okay, I don't know what I want to. I guess
That's
a
right.
doctor or lawyer. I
I
don't
know they
know.
always ask you, and you have no clue. Most
Right, right. You're a kid, like, but
yeah,
at
you're
some
just
point they're like,
throwing stuff out there.
yeah, but they're like, decide what you want to do for the rest of your life at 16. You're like, okay.
No pressure.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. But nothing really clicked in with me. I was good at English. I was good at like socials and stuff, but I was like, I don't think I can see myself doing that forever.
Yeah.
And so I would do plays, and then when I was in grade 12, I got into background acting because I was like, okay, if I want to actually do this, let me see if I like the
Yeah,
environment.
try it out.
Yeah, so I did background, and I was like, oh yeah, this is it. I'm in. So 2 weeks after graduating high school, I went straight into film school, and yeah, the rest is history.
Background work is a great way to introduce yourself without
Yeah,
like it because there's not a ton of pressure on it because the spotlight's not on you, but it
no,
gets you used
no.
to being on set and kind of around
Hmm.
other actors. I think that's a
Hmm.
great way to enter the business.
Yeah, and also you do get an idea of the long hours
That's
and
right.
just
Well,
having to
you
be
definitely get the
on.
long hours
Yeah,
thing as a background actor.
yeah,
But there's a lot
exactly.
standing around.
Exactly. And I feel like it also teaches you another side of it because I feel like people that just go straight into acting, they don't um they not that people don't have humility, but you get then an understanding of like, oh yeah, background is tough too. And like people come in and you have conversations with people who do background and there's no like, oh, I'm up here and they're
That's
down there.
right.
Like,
That's
yeah,
right.
doing it, I was like, oh, we're all just here to work.
Well,
We're
yeah,
all
because everybody, well, most actors start out that way.
yeah, exactly,
They
exactly.
remember where they came from.
100%, 100%. And so it was a good way to just kind of like see it from the ground up and just know that we're all here trying to make something fun and amazing, and we're all excited to do this thing. So
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool.
yeah,
That's cool.
yeah.
We were talking about kids, seeing people
Mhm.
on TV.
Yeah,
At our house, we have the podcast just playing on YouTube, just in the
right,
background, just all the time, just playing
right, right,
at
right.
the house, but no sound. It's just playing. And
Yeah.
my granddaughter came up to
Mhm.
me and she calls me Pawpaw. That's a
Oh, that's
Pawpaw, and
cute.
she said, "Pawpaw." She said, "Why are you always on TV?"
Right, right. There's no association as to what people are doing on there. There's just people on there.
They're just on there. We
Yeah,
on there all the time.
yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly.
Well, and I
Like,
think she was having a little trouble with me being there with her, but on the TV.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like, how are you? What's this
Yeah.
witchcraft?
Yeah. How's this happen?
I think for me, one of the things I was really young, and one of the shows I remember watching and being like, I want to do that was The Sweet Life on Deck, or like The Sweet Life of Zach and Cody
Yeah.
when I was a kid, and I was like, oh my God, they like go on a real boat and they like do all these things, and my mom was like, it's not a real boat, and I was like, what? I was like, no, no, no. I mean, but I think I played. I was like, I know that, I knew that, but I was like, whoa, okay.
I spent a
So
lot of
there's
time watching Sweet Life and all the Disney and Nickelodeon shows,
yeah,
the kids
yeah.
all watched, and they're not bad. They're
Oh, they're
decently
great.
done.
They were
Yeah.
great. I think they hold up still to this day,
They
like that
do.
generation of Disney Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably watch it to this day.
Yeah. Well, to me, the indication that the show's pretty good, if it's a more of a kid show, is if the
Hmm.
kids walk out of the room and you're still watching. It's a pretty good show.
Yeah, 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 yeah. You don't like, you're not like, oh, thank God, and then just like
Yeah.
switch the channel.
They're gonna see how this turns out. Wait,
Yeah, 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 yeah. That's
how's Zach and Cody getting out of this one? I don't
right,
know.
right, right. There's like 5 minutes left in the episode. You're like, well, I might as well.
I saw that you did or had an appearance on iZombie, and I'm guessing that was
Yes.
background actor.
No, that was when I started getting into
Oh, so that was like did you get to play a zombie?
I did. So funny story about that show. I back when I just come out of film school, the first job I booked was on a show called Lucifer.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it
Well,
used to be
Lucifer is based on a comic book, and
yes,
iZombie is based on a comic book. So yeah,
yes.
I watched
I
both of
mean,
them.
yeah, you would know, yeah. But that was like a non-speaking. It was I think the role was called Throw Up Kid, and it was at a house party, and yeah. And so
Don't you wish they'd go ahead and give just a name just for
yeah,
your
like Steve.
IMDb?
Yeah, just call him Steve, like
Yeah,
whatever. It's
Steve's a
like
throw up kid, maybe.
yeah, yeah,
Give
yeah,
him a
exactly.
name.
Yeah, but I was super excited. And then the second role I ever booked was an iZombie, but not for this one. So I was supposed to play a bartender, and I was 19 years old.
Yeah.
just fresh out of film school. And I booked the role. It's for like 2 days or something. I'm so excited. Like,
Yeah, of
and
course.
I show up to set. They do hair and makeup. I'm in costume. We show up. I meet the cast of iZombie. Everyone's
Yeah.
super, super nice. And we do a rehearsal. And hair and makeup comes up to me after the rehearsal. They're trying these like pieces on me, and I'm like, okay, I don't know what's going on. 10 minutes pass. The director comes up to me. He's like, hey, I'm so sorry. We're gonna have to send you home. You don't look old enough to play a bartender. And it's set in the States and you're supposed to be 21 at least. And yeah,
Yes.
I was crushed.
Oh,
I was
that
like,
would be
oh
devastating.
yeah. But then they brought me back like a year or two later to play a zombie. And I was like, oh, this is
Well,
so
it worked
much
out. Well, they
more fun.
remembered you. That's
Yeah,
nice.
exactly, exactly. I was like, this is so much more fun. Yeah. But they eat brains out of like a tube on that show,
Yes.
right? So
Yeah.
we'd spend the whole day. So the tube's actually yogurt. And so we're spending the whole day eating this yogurt thing. Um,
That's amazing. Oh, I think we froze up there.
oh no,
Oh, there
sorry.
you go. There you go. Yeah, we're
Okay.
back.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
yeah,
just
okay.
froze for just a second. So
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
eating
yeah.
yogurt out of a tube that's supposed to be
And like the
zombie
first
or
couple takes, it's
brains.
fun. Yeah, first couple takes, it's fun. But like 2, 3 hours later, you're like, I don't think I'll ever have yogurt ever again. Like I'm done with yogurt.
Yeah, I could totally see that. And I
Yeah.
watched that entire show, so I definitely saw you on there. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
it's
yeah.
been too long, too long
Yeah, that
time
was
period.
a 2010 show, you know.
Well, and
Yeah.
she's on she's on Ghost now.
Mm-hmm.
She moved on to
Yeah,
that
yeah,
show,
yeah.
so it's been a little while because that show's been
Yeah.
out for several years.
That one's been going on for a while. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, and you did maybe a Supernatural too.
I did. Yeah, yeah. The Supernatural one was really fun. I got to do some stunts.
Oh,
I got to get like you know. And I got
yeah,
to meet
awesome.
the boys and they were the nicest people ever.
You'd think if anybody deserved to be a little bit of a jerk, it's those two
Oh
guys. I
yeah.
mean, they've been on that
Oh.
show, or that show ran for like 15 years.
Oh yeah. And when I hopped on, I think it was the season finale of the 13th season.
Yep.
So they'd been going. But
Yeah.
no, I stepped on and they were like, "Hi, Agape," and I was like, yes, like, because you want to be professional, but it's like, the show's been going on for like
Yeah.
13 years by this point.
Yeah, it's
Obviously,
intimidating, I
yeah,
think, being a
yeah.
guest on there. But yeah, I've had several people from that have guest starred on there.
Oh, for
All of them
sure.
say those guys are awesome.
The sweetest guys. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think that'd be, that's how you want to be. Like if you get on a show and it becomes a
Mhm.
hit, so you're on it for a real long extended time. I would hope that I would be the type of person that would make people feel welcome because
Yeah,
it's so difficult to land one of those roles.
exactly. And they have so much pressure on them too,
Yeah.
because sometimes you step onto set and you're like, I could understand you not being very nice because you have to memorize so much and you're the
Right.
leads and there's pressure, but it's just an extra bonus knowing that they have that much pressure. And then they take the time to know your name before you even
Yeah,
say it.
that's awesome.
And, like look at you and be like, hey, if you need anything, let us know, whatever. We got your back. And it just takes off that pressure for you as the
Yeah.
guest, being like, okay, now I can have fun and know these guys aren't just like, gonna be like, oh, what's this guy doing on my set? Like,
That's
whatever.
right.
These things run through your head when you're meeting these like super mega stars, and you're just like, oh, they're just gonna be like, okay, and cut, okay, back to my trailer. They're not even gonna look at you in the eye. It's just, yeah, it just makes
I
you feel
talked
better.
to I can't even remember who the actor was now, but he
Yeah,
was
yeah.
telling me a story
Mm.
about Michael Cera
Oh
being
yeah.
on set when Tom Cruise was doing Tropic Thunder. So
Right,
he
right.
had that, he had the fat suit on and he was playing the executive.
Yeah.
And so Michael Cera was like there on set, but he didn't have any scenes that day. And him and Tom Cruise had never met. So he's
Right.
there, but he was talking with like a cameraman or something. But I guess they could hear it up on set.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
so
yeah.
Tom Cruise stops and he yells, is that Michael Cera messing up my take? But that, Michael Cera, he's freaking out. He's like, oh,
Yeah, of course,
Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
And he was just joking with him. He
Of course.
stopped and came off and, gave him a hug, talked to him for a few
Yeah.
minutes, and then went back and did the scene. No big deal.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I'd have freaked out if that had been me and Tom Cruise stops what he's doing to say, hey.
I would have. Oh, you wouldn't even. I would have ran off. It would have been the shape of me on the wall,
That's right.
having ran through it like a cartoon. If I hear him shout my name, I'm like, nope.
Nope, I'm out of here. But I guess he gets it too. He was just joking around.
Of course, yeah, exactly. No, and I love environments like that where you can lock in and work, but also you can kind of break the ice and just kind of like joke a bit, and then it's like, oh, okay, yeah, okay, back to work.
I did see you on a couple of SkyMeds.
Yeah.
I watched it. I had somebody from the cast I had on before the show premiered. So it was I can't remember who it was now, but it was a year or two ago.
Right.
So I watched it. I've watched it
yeah.
since then. So you did a couple of those.
Yeah. I was in a few of those episodes. Yeah, that one was super cool too because I think the first season they shot in do you know Manitoba?
Yes, I think you're
Yeah,
right.
in like Winnipeg. Yeah. And I was talking to the cast because the season I was on, they shot it just more up north in Ontario, and they were like, "Yeah, Manitoba. It was dead of the winter, ice snowed this high." They were just like telling me stories about season one,
It's
and I'm
rough
like,
up there.
"Yeah, exactly." And I'm like, "So glad I'm here when we're in Ontario."
Some reason when I hear Manitoba, I always think that should be a like a warm climate name, but it's
Yeah,
not. It's
yeah,
cold there.
yeah. It's the exact opposite. It's like when you hear Greenland and Iceland.
Yeah,
It's
they
like,
make no
yeah,
sense. They should be
yeah,
reversed.
yeah. It sounds like someone was pranking someone when they were
Yeah.
making the names. It's like,
There's the little town where my wife grew up.
hmm
There's a town before her town that's called Twin Falls. And
Okay.
then her town was called Golly Bridge, right? Very West
Golf.
Virginia name. So the falls are actually in Golly Bridge. The bridge is in Twin Falls. But whenever they actually put the names, somehow they reversed the names on the official record. So
yeah.
that's what they're named. But the actual thing they're named after is not in the town they're in.
It's like an admin error. Like someone.
Yeah, and nobody ever fixed it. I'm like, why didn't you just fix it?
I mean, that's a fun little inside joke too. To be fair, like looking
Yeah,
back now,
it's one of those. That's a country town type of nonsense.
Right. That's so funny.
So okay, so let's talk a little Ginny and Georgia. Give me a little bit of idea what's Ginny and Georgia about for those that haven't seen it.
So I guess the show at its core is about a mother-daughter relationship.
Yeah.
And it's about a single mother who's bringing her daughter and son into this new town after the death of her husband.
Yeah.
I could say, yeah. And then I'm trying not to, if anyone wants to get into it, I'm trying not to give too much away.
But shame on them for being so late.
That's true. That is true. Something slips out, not my fault.
But when I was growing up, we didn't have an issue with spoilers because you only had one shot to watch something. If you missed it, you had to wait till summer. So good luck avoiding spoilers on something because everybody else saw it. Because, back then, you had to be at your TV at a certain time.
Right. 8 o'clock,
you missed it.
The episode's on. If you're not there at 8, you're done.
I mean, eventually, I was still pretty young when VCRs came out, but I remember back when we didn't have those, and then it was a couple years before we could afford one. So you had a little time.
Yeah. No, I always give people a week for a new episode of a show. Yes. I'm like, I'll give you the week. If after the week you haven't seen it, I'm on the movie already.
Movie comes out, I might give you 2 weeks, but that's it.
Yeah. A movie, I'll give you a little bit more time, but by the time it's on streaming, which now happens this quick. Then I'm telling you everything about it. I'm telling you who died, who. So,
we had a local movie theater when I was little. They had Raiders of the Lost Ark. The first.
Oh yeah.
It was there for over a year.
Seriously?
Back then, movies would stay out forever.
Right, because that was one of the only ways you'd watch it, unless
unless it's a mega movie, you get
Yeah,
like 2-3 weeks and it's in
yeah,
streaming.
yeah. Like unless I find time, I'm just like, well, I'll just have to wait till it's on
Okay.
Netflix or whatever
Which
or
is,
on
I mean, it's
demand.
really nice convenience wise, but we all love the theater the
Well,
best.
that's what I mean. Yeah, like I there's so many movies that aren't the same at
Right.
home versus in the theater. Like and the crowd
100%.
experience. I mean, yeah, I've seen Endgame at home, but I was like, I will
It's not
never
the
forget.
same.
I will never forget seeing it opening weekend, the gasps, the
Yeah.
cheers.
I
Yeah,
think
there's
that's the
nothing like
last
it.
film I saw where people like clapped at the end of it.
For me, it was No Way Home.
Oh, yeah, that is a
Because
great
I
one.
saw it on the Thursday
Yeah.
of the Friday release because I was like I'm not doing spoilers. I don't want anyone
That's
to
right.
mess me up. So I saw it on the Thursday, and that was the last time for me. I watched a movie with the highs, the lows, and the crowd was like, and like
Yeah.
the cheering
It
when
makes it so much better.
so much better, so much better.
That's
Um, but yeah, okay, I guess I'll spoil things if need be, but
that's right. That's right. Yeah. Continue.
but yeah, no, mother she moves to this small town in Massachusetts with her daughter and son, and they try to build a new life. Um, and the daughter kind of deals with always having to move, never really making connections, and she starts to make new connections at the school, but then a lot of secrets from their past kind of get unearthed. Like, did the ex-husband die, or was he murdered by Georgia?
Yeah, I was gonna
Uh,
say the mom has got some secrets.
Skeletons, like
Skeletons. That's right.
literal skeletons in her
Yes.
closet. So yeah, just dealing with that, and then also Ginny dealing with being a young kid in today's like climate. Going to school, dealing with depression, dealing with all these things, and then the youngest brother dealing with trying to settle in and being kind of awkward and bullying and yeah, it tackles a lot of things. So I think
It
it takes a
really
lot of
does. Yeah,
graphic
it's well
space.
written.
Yeah, it's incredibly well written. Like adults can really, I get a lot of moms and stuff being like, I love Georgia. And I'm like, I do too, but she's kind of, and they're like,
Yeah,
no, I
yeah.
know. But like, I kind of get it. And I'm like, well, yeah, but
Well, it's because a lot of people would kind of like to be Georgia, but they know that's wrong.
yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. And I'm always like, Georgia's great. And she's charismatic and, but she's on a path. I don't know if it's socio or psycho, but she's on a path
It's
of
definitely one of those.
yeah. But she's so magnetic on the screen, and so is the actor
Yes.
who plays her. And Ginny, I feel like, has also resonates with a different demographic because
Yeah.
people watch her story and are like, oh, I know what it's like to not fit in or to feel awkward and to kind of go through these internal mental health issues, and you have to put the brave face on. Um, so yeah, I feel that's why it hits so many different levels.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's a surprising show.
Hmm
If you don't know what you're getting into when you start,
hmm
it's surprising in a good way because
Yeah.
it's much deeper than what you're expecting.
It's so funny when season one came out, everyone would always say it's like Gilmore Girls but edgier, and it's like I've seen Gilmore Girls. This is nothing like Gilmore Girls. It is nothing like that. It's its own
I mean, maybe a little bit here and there, but yeah, as a
for
whole,
sure,
I
for
do not
sure,
think
for
those are
sure.
comparable.
No, not at all. Yeah, for sure. The sweet tender moments, yes,
Yeah.
but
Well, so what's your role on the show?
so I play a character named Brian, and he is in a romantic relationship with one of Ginny's friends.
Oh,
And you get to see in season two, he gets introduced. You get to see kind of he starts off as this jock, kind of like football team guy, and he takes an interest in one of her friends, and then the friend, her name's Bracia, she's a musical theater gal, and
yeah.
so next thing you know, he is now into musical theater. Surprise,
That's
surprise.
what happens.
It is. Oh yeah. I used to do that all the time.
Yep.
But yeah, so then you kind of see their journey turn from kind of light infatuation into admitting that yeah, like I kind of like you. I've had a crush on you for a while. And then in the third season, you just see the relationships around them develop, and you get to see how Brian goes from this kind of cool, chill, whatever guy into somebody who can take care of his friends when they're
Yeah.
going through, any sort of emotional turmoil. I mean, I feel like this season is the most dramatic in a way. It's the most,
I agree with that. I mean, we haven't quite
yeah,
finished it, but yeah, just to
yeah,
this point, it's definitely, and that's
yeah.
saying something because it wasn't like the other two seasons weren't dramatic.
Oh, for sure. Oh, for sure. Yeah, yeah. I feel like a lot of the characters break a lot more this
Yeah.
season. And they're the lowest lows. And so you see how, my character interacts with his friends, like, Maxine,
Yeah.
how, she's going through her own stuff, and then how he kind of is there for her, and then how Bracia sees him in a new light as like, oh, he's not only just this super chill like football guy, he's also someone that can see being tender. So it's fun that, the character in the story gets to develop in that way.
Yeah, yeah, I love your character on there, they quickly developed your character. I think after you
Yeah,
were introduced, like
yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
you really they got into it pretty quick.
Hmm.
And yeah, he's just a good guy, in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, it's so funny because every time I talk about it, even when we were doing this the second season, there's not really much of a break from the drama and the
There's
horrible
not.
stuff, except like, and then my character in Bracia, like that love story is a bit of that break.
Yeah, it
So
is. It is. It
yeah,
gives you a
yeah.
little palate cleanser.
Yeah, yeah, it's a bit pure in its love,
Yes.
There's no scandal, there's no this, there's no that. It's just like two kids in high school who like each other and they're,
I
navigating
mean, that's
that.
how high school is, right? You have those
Yeah,
couples that they get together and they just click and it just works.
yeah,
Sometimes
yeah.
they last forever. Sometimes it's just through high school, but you have those couples and then everybody around them is just falling apart.
Yeah, no, exactly, exactly. And everyone goes to them separately, being like, "Oh, I have this going on, I have this going on," and all those couples can just do is offer advice, and then be like, "Well, anyways, I'm going to see my girlfriend," or
That's right. Yeah. They always seem like they've got it figured out already. And
yeah,
they're the same age as everybody else.
yeah, exactly, exactly. They're the mom and dad, or the
Yeah.
the of the group, and yeah, I feel like with them, it does have that relationship, which is nice to see when
Yeah,
Ginny's
it
life's
is.
falling apart and Max's life is falling apart, and
Of course, you know
yeah,
how that goes. If you come back for season 4, it'll be your turn
yeah.
for the drama.
Yeah, yeah, well, exactly, exactly. And yeah, I think we can rough it through. We've built a strong
That's
foundation.
right. You've been together a couple seasons now. You
That's
working.
what I'm saying. Yeah, yeah. Even though the whole show, 3 seasons, was one school year, but
Yeah, yeah, that's true. It's a very short time period. That
hmm.
is true. Did you play sports in high school?
Um, it's so funny. So in real life, I never really played much sports,
Yeah.
but there was this girl I liked,
Oh,
and she was really sporty. She played soccer and stuff, and I really liked her. And I met her dad one time. Her dad was like, "Do you play any sports?" I was like, "No," and he just seemed kind of disappointed. And I was like, "Okay, I need to get into a sport." And so I tried out for the rugby team, and I
yeah.
got in. I got in, but the
That's
problem
not an
was,
easy sport.
oh, I found out really quickly. The funny thing is, my school was very small, my high school. So I was playing with kids that were much bigger than me as well. We only just had one team. There wasn't like a junior, senior. It was just
Yeah.
like one team. So
There's large age difference.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
just me, like tiny, like I think I was what, 15 at the time, 14, 15, with these guys that are like 17, 18, and they've gone through the other side of puberty. And I remember when we play other schools, we'd play their senior teams, and I'd get the ball, and I would just see these guys run at me, and I'd play on the wings because I was fast, and I'm not tackling anyone. So
That's right. All right.
like I would dread the ball, but when I got it, it was motivation. I'm just like sprinting, but all so that this girl could be like, oh yeah, we're both sporty, like, and we, it worked, but I only I played for the team for like a year. It didn't
Yeah.
last. I was like, back to theater. You back to
Hey,
the
I did the same thing with football. I played
uh,
baseball. I was a baseball player all through high school, the whole time growing up, and I ran track 'cause I
right,
was pretty fast too.
right.
Well, our football team, when I was in eighth grade, they
Hmm.
won state championship.
Oh
And
wow.
for some reason, going into the 9th grade, I was like, you know what this team's missing?
Yeah.
Me. This guy that has never played football in his life. That's what they're missing.
Right.
Well, so I went, worked out with them all summer. That was fine. First day of practice, they give me a helmet. I've never had a helmet on in my life. I put this helmet on. It's so tight. And I was I was telling the coaches, I was like, I think my helmet's too tight. And they're like, you're fine. You're fine.
Yeah.
First day, I'm already nervous. I was like, okay, I'm not going to rock the boat.
Of course.
They start by running sprints, as they do.
Yeah.
Well, nobody told me that everybody was running at half speed. So I'm running full out. I was like, I'm going to impress them. And I'm running full out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I am the fastest guy out here. I'm winning every sprint.
Right.
Well, that was fine for 10, 15, 20. Well, they ran 50. And somewhere in there, I passed out.
Yeah.
I'd never run, and I was a track guy.
Yeah.
So I wake up and I'm on the ground and there's 4 or 5 coaches looking down at me. And one of them says, I think his helmet's too tight. Needless to say, I didn't even make a season. 1 day is what.
Right. Oh my God. Yeah, you show up and you're like, okay, I'm gonna show why I'm here.
I had the whole range of emotions. I was on top of the world. I thought I am faster than everybody.
Right.
I was at the the lowest low.
I think those experiences are important, especially when you're young.
It'll humble you.
Yeah, you get humbled. Because similar. When we played games, I got humbled.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, you know what? I think I'm good.
Athletes are kind of incredible because each level, like high school athletes, really good.
Of course.
And there was definitely some that were better than the rest of us. There definitely those people.
100%.
But then you go to college, and all those guys that were good in high school, they're just a guy in college.
Yeah.
But you have a few that are really good. But then they go pro, and then they're just a guy. I mean, it's just amazing the levels of athletes you have.
Yeah, it's like
those guys in the pros. I mean, they don't seem real.
See, and that's why I don't know. Like, it's as a fan of sports, it is fun to criticize and whatever. But then you have to remember that guy sat on the bench is better than
everybody else that's not
exactly anyone that who isn't a professional athlete who you think is good or like the best is not as good as the bottom draft guy. Like, because that guy is
the quarterback from our team that won the state championship before I got to high school. He went to college and he switched from quarterback to wide receiver, and he was pretty good. Okay. All-American college. So he went pro. He played 4 or 5 years, just long enough to where he got a pension. Because he's probably 5'8", 80 pounds. So he's a little guy. So he long enough to get a pension. 3 or 4 years is all it took to play.
Wow.
I mean, this is now 30 some years ago, and he's still living off of the pension he made in those 3 or 4 years. I was like,
that's incredible.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
He was a bench guy. He never started. He played pro football for, just a few years on the bench, which still is amazing.
No,
and basically set himself up for his life. I was like, that's amazing.
And especially, walking away from a career like that, no major injuries, you still get to enjoy your quality of life. And
in some ways, it's almost better to not be quite good enough to be in there all the time, because those are the guys that just get beat down.
Yeah,
exactly. I mean, they get rich, but they get beat down.
Exactly. I mean, you kind of your life changes after you retire. If you retire in your 30s versus like late 20s, you've done the same route there. So that's so cool.
Yeah, I know. I thought it was kind of cool too.
Yeah.
Is there a genre that you haven't got to do yet that you would like to do?
Ooh, live action. I think I would love to do like action.
Yeah.
Something that's just kind of blockbustery. Just it's
maybe a Marvel movie.
Oh, I didn't want to say it, but
I mean, there's so many characters in Marvel and DC that they still haven't done. So
many. I mean, I love Marvel movies, but I grew up a DC guy.
Yeah.
So I think that would be.
They're just restarting now.
I'm so excited. Superman just came out today. I'm so excited to check that out whenever I get the chance to. But I would also love to do like voice acting and stuff because
Oh, you
I
should do that.
yeah, I love anime is like
Yeah,
one of my favorite
you should
things to
do that.
watch. And yeah, and I think DC had a really great animated run, back in the 2000s. Like,
DC has actually,
and
they're on the animated side, they're better than Marvel.
yeah, oh, I 100% agree. Yeah, but then on the live action side, MCU
So
is just
far, Marvel has been
incredible.
better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's incredible. So I think, yeah, animated wise, I would love to do like voice
Did you
acting.
see Creature Commandos?
No, no, I don't think I
No,
have.
it's technically the first part of the new DC because it was done by James Gunn.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's an HBO show,
Oh, okay,
but it's
okay.
animated. Excellent.
Uh-huh.
I mean, you're
Yeah,
watching it, but it feels like you're just watching a live action show. It's that
right,
good.
right.
Yeah, it's really.
Yeah, no, I'm excited for James Gunn. But yeah, I love actually, you know what? A dream thing I'd love to do. My favorite movie of all time is Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Oh, it's a
Speaking of
great
Michael
movie.
Cera, yeah,
Yeah, it's a
yeah,
great
that is
movie.
for me.
Also based on a comic book.
Well, exactly. Yeah, exactly. For me, it's the perfect movie. I was talking about this with somebody else the other day. It's got music, it's got action, it's got romance, it's got
Comedy.
drama, it's got comedy, it's got a bit of that like comic book like with the pow
Yeah,
and the text just comes to life. And that arcade, it's perfect to me. It's such a
that's a
great
great
movie.
movie.
Yeah, so something like that to me would be a dream movie
Yeah,
because
that'd be awesome.
yeah, you'd have so much fun and you'd do so many things like and the
Yeah, you should
soundtrack is
be very
incredible.
creative with. Oh yeah, the soundtrack's got to
Yeah.
be
Oh,
too.
insane, insane. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
kind of you brought it up. Now I'm like, I kind of want to go watch that again.
yeah, oh, I've seen it so many times. Every time I watch it, like I say the lines and my girlfriend's just like and I'm like, I'm sorry, I've been watching this movie for like what, 15 years now.
Right.
I just
Well,
it's
those are the movies that you can quote. Those are the best movies. My
100%.
favorite movie's Tombstone, but it's because
Oh,
there's
yeah.
so many just quotes from that movie you can name.
Yeah, yeah. Like
Yeah,
sound bites where you're just
yeah,
like,
I love those type of movies.
yeah, yeah,
You know
exactly.
uh the guy that created Guy Gardner. He
Yeah,
lives
I've
here.
heard of
He's from West Virginia. He lives
Oh, no
just a
way.
little bit away from where I am. But when I had my comic store,
Yeah.
he would come to the store all the time, just hang out. And back then he worked for Eclipse Comics, which doesn't exist anymore.
Right.
But I remember when he started writing Guy Gardner, and
Yeah.
he was so excited about it back then. But he did,
Oh.
he did okay. He was kind of a bit character and stuff. But
Yeah,
now,
yeah, yeah.
like every day, I'm seeing him on the news because everybody's
Mhm.
interviewing him now because Guy Gardner's in that Superman movie.
Yeah, yeah,
Or
yeah,
Nathan
yeah.
Fillion's playing him. So he's getting all this publicity. And I was like, that's awesome. Because I
I
remember how
know.
excited he was when he created him.
Yeah.
And it's been, that was 20, 30 years ago. And now he's just now starting to get recognized for it. I was like, that's pretty cool.
Well, and that's huge too, because I feel like a lot of people that create these sort of characters kind of get forgotten about.
They
And
do. Yeah.
for this like someone like Guy to get remembered, because I remember Guy would be in a lot of he'd be in every now and then like the Justice League TV show.
Yeah. Yeah. They
And
throw him in there every once in a while.
yeah, yeah, he'd be in a few of
I
them.
can't
And
remember. There
sure.
was a Green Lantern cartoon back in the day, too. Green Lantern Corps.
Mm,
I'm
mm,
assuming he
mm.
was probably in that, too, but
You
I
would
can't.
think, yeah, you would think,
His,
yeah.
if you ever get a chance to read Justice League International by Keith Giffen,
Uh-huh.
Giffon, I think. He wrote this. It was about a Justice League group, but he did it as a comedy. And
Oh,
Guy
oh,
Gardner was part of that team. It is hilarious. It is so.
okay.
I mean, it's just funny. It's
Yeah.
basically just like a Justice League comic, but it just leans into the humor.
Oh, okay,
Like there's a
okay. That
scene
would
in
be
it
fun.
where Guy Gardner is just he's just going off on Batman, just chewing him out. And
Yeah,
Batman
yeah.
never says a word, and then
Right.
just all of a sudden just knocks him out. One punch knocks him out, and then just walks off. And
Yeah, yeah.
that was the scene. I was like, that was hilarious.
Oh, that would be fun. Yeah, I would love to see. I love when DC does humor because there is a lot of humor in it.
There is.
I think the Dark Knight movies have made this new generation of DC a lot darker and grittier,
Yeah,
which I mean, the Dark Knight movies were amazing,
they
but
were.
now they're all dark, and there's a lot of humor in DC.
Well, I think that's why they went with James Gunn, because he
For
gets,
sure,
he
for
kind of
sure, for
toes the
sure.
line. He doesn't like everything he does isn't great, but most
Yeah,
is really good.
yeah, 100%. And
Yeah, and some of it's great.
yeah, and with him, you at least know it's going to be fun.
Yes.
You at least know you're going to have fun in that theater,
Well, and
So
he's obviously a fan.
100%.
Because he really seems to know the kind of the essence of the characters, and that's what you need when you want somebody to have that vision for the whole project.
Yeah, 1000%. You don't want someone who just knows it from a Google search, or the knows the points of like, okay, he's from Krypton, he's this. All right,
That's
cool. All right,
right.
let's take
Yeah, you don't
You
want
want
that.
someone, yeah, you want someone who's like, oh, okay, and then at some point Supergirl comes in, and so we have to think that far ahead in the
That's right.
origin movie. And yeah. You want someone who's obsessed,
Yeah,
and
that's it. You want somebody that's obsessed.
yeah, yeah.
100%. Do you any designs at some point to step behind the camera? You want to do any directing or anything,
Ooh.
outside of acting?
I think if anything, I would want to produce because
Yeah.
I love so many different things. I'm a fan of so many different things, and so just to be able to bring people's visions to life and be
I
part
do
of that
think that's pretty
process.
cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. I
Yeah.
think producers also, if you're not in the industry or you're not deep into fandoms, people don't really think about producers. If you're
And
just
they're very important. I
they're
mean,
so important. Yeah,
sometimes they're just the money, sometimes,
yeah.
but
Oh, for
most of the
sure.
time they're involved in like everything.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of the vision is from a producer being like, okay, this is what I see this being, and like whatever. And so I think I would love to get into producing some really fun, cool, and just even like important things that people aren't making. But I think right now I want to establish myself a bit more and just kind of,
Yeah, you got plenty of time for that.
well, yeah, exactly. It's a long career, and yeah, there'll always be time for whenever that feels right and when it
I always
happens.
love it when like a lot of actors that I watched when I was growing up, they're now the directors.
Yeah,
You don't
yeah.
see them acting it much anymore, but they're
Yeah.
directing all the shows that we love.
Yeah, or even actors that you thought were one thing, like someone like Seth Rogen, who you thought, oh, he's
Yeah,
just a comedy
that's
slapstick, blah blah
right.
blah, and then now he's producing and getting involved in. I think he was with Invincible and
Oh,
like
he was, yeah.
The Boys, and
Yep.
these sort of things, and you're like, he's behind the camera, making sure this
Yeah.
happens.
I know.
You know,
He's really surprised me because he always just was the kind of the comedy guy.
yeah, the jokey, like gonna
Just the
make you
one you
laugh.
wouldn't take very serious or anything.
Yeah,
But he's
yeah.
actually his writing is and definitely the production side, he's really good. He
Hmm.
knows what he's
Yeah.
doing.
Exactly. So yeah, I do love when you see these guys that they kind of break your expectation of who you thought they were, or they do something and you're like, oh, I didn't know you could do that. That's really good for you. That's really fun and exciting,
Yeah. Oh, I agree. I'm that way
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
Agape, thank you for taking a little bit of time. This has been terrific. So it's the third season of Ginny and Georgia. It's out now.
Yes.
Is
On
it 10
Netflix.
episodes?
10 episodes. Yeah, it flies by, but yeah,
Yeah,
it's
on Netflix, and
yes.
it's definitely worth everybody's time. It's a good show. If you just need a fun show to kind of get
Yeah,
it, that's a
yeah,
great
yeah.
that's a
Yeah,
great one.
so bingeable. I mean, when I first started watching it, I was like, okay, like let's see. And then next thing you know, I'm like 8 episodes in. It's like 3 a.m. and I'm like, oh shoot, like
Well, it's
shoot. Okay,
bingeable, but it's like it's 30 episodes. So it's not like it's so
yeah,
much that it's a huge commitment, but there's enough
exactly,
that it's going to take you a little while to get through it.
exactly. There's meat on it, so
That's
yeah.
right. That's right. And I'm guessing we get more seasons going forward, hopefully.
They're currently I think just over halfway writing the fourth season.
That's awesome.
Because it got renewed back to back, which is
Yeah.
great. But yeah,
Netflix is pretty good about that. A lot of times they'll pick something up a couple
oh
years
yeah,
in a row. So at least
oh yeah.
you're going to be working
Exactly.
for a while.
And I think especially the fans, because the
Yeah.
second the season drops, literally a day or two later when they're done, you get the DMs. When's season four? When's this coming out? And you're like, how did you watch it? Are you done? What? Let everyone else catch up. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. We got a little time. Relax.
Yeah, like
It
let
is
us make
hard
it.
because you're at least a year usually between
Yeah.
seasons,
Oh, for
and
sure.
sometimes 2 years, and
Oh, yeah.
it's hard to wait.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, as a fan of so many other things too, I'm always like, can we get it? And then I remember, oh, right, it takes time and work and effort, and I'm also in this industry. But
Well,
then I'm
yeah,
like,
the filming is probably the shortest part.
yeah, oh, 100%, yeah. And then I think that's why also when you're not part of the post-production process, you're like tapping your foot. You're like, okay, like, what are we doing, guys?
Yeah,
Like, come on,
yeah. Come
put it out,
on.
put it out, put it out.
I
But then,
finished
yeah,
this a week ago. Come on.
yeah, yeah. Like, what do you have to do? Like, you know?
Well, so Agape, before I let you go, and please come back. Whenever the next
Yeah,
thing comes up,
yeah, yeah,
holler
yeah.
to us
Anytime,
again.
anytime. I have so much fun.
Yeah, it's been great.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you're working on that we can keep an eye out for?
Yeah, so I have a film coming out probably festival time, end of this year,
Yeah.
next year. It's called Lucky Weekend.
Okay.
I got the chance to do it with, so it's produced by two cast members from Yellow Jacket.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
yeah. Kevin Alves and Alexa Brajas, and it's
Another
just a
great show.
insanely good show.
Yeah.
And it's just a fun movie about a guy who buys a lottery ticket and then his friend accidentally steals it, and then he tries to spend the weekend getting the ticket back before he can cash it on the Monday. Yeah, it's just
Oh,
fun.
that's fun, but also
Uh,
sounds stressful.
yeah, you do go on a bit of a ride on that one as well. So yeah, that should be coming out around the end of the year.
Is
But
it
yeah,
going to do the festival circuit first and then get released?
yeah,
Yeah.
we're thinking festivals because it's just a nice coming of age, you
Yeah.
know.
I
It's
love
yeah,
those type of movies. Coming
yeah,
of age
exactly.
movies are just fun. They're just because we're all nostalgic for that time.
100%,
So those are
100%.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
exactly. So
great.
yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
So last thing before we go, where can we find you on social media?
Yes, you can find me on Instagram at off.agape, OFF dot AGAPE. Um, that's pretty much it. I mean, I'm on TikTok. I don't post on TikTok.
You're not dancing on TikTok?
I know. I'm always like, I should start up on TikTok, but then I'm like, how? You know,
Yeah.
because yeah.
Well,
But
I'm on all of them, but most of them I'm just lurking,
then yeah,
yeah. But Instagram, that's the nice one. Tell me what you're
that's
doing, show me your food. We're good.
exactly. Yeah, I mean, I was on Instagram when it first came out, when people would just take the picture of their food or take a picture
Yeah.
of a tree, and we're like, look at this tree I found, and post it, and it would get 3 likes, and people would be like, oh, this is great,
Yeah,
you
this is
know?
nice. This is nice.
Yeah,
But you go on
yeah.
into the other ones and it gets bad quickly.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I'm on Twitter too, but
No,
I
none of
don't
us
really.
post on Twitter anymore. We're
Yeah,
just on there.
exactly.
We're just on
Go
there to
on
kind of
there.
see what craziness is happening.
What's on the news, or I mean, I'm watching Love Island now, and the discussions after the show, the
If
drama.
you had the opportunity, would you do a show like that? Would you be a guest on a Love Island?
I
Let's
think if
assume you're single and.
yeah, of course, if I wasn't an actor, 1000%, I would bite anyone's hand off to be on a Big Brother, on a Love Island.
Yeah.
I love those
I'm a big
shows.
Survivor fan. I'd love to be able to. I know I
Survivor,
couldn't do
oh,
it, but I'd love to be able to do it.
100%. I wouldn't last 2 days. I
No.
love watching Survivor as well, and by the end of it, they're just the big guys that come in,
Yeah, they're so
lean out.
skinny.
Yeah, and I'm like, I don't have much to lose.
No.
I'm gonna be
Well, I
born in the
always think
wind.
of it as like I don't like insects. I don't like rats. I don't
Yeah.
like
Oh
heights.
yeah.
I'm
Oh
not a
yeah.
great
And
swimmer,
oh yeah.
And I'm
And I
just
love
like, there's
soup.
all these things. I'm like, how would I survive a day?
Yeah. Yeah. Like 10 hours without eating and I'm already a problem.
Yeah,
So having to go without eating and also be strategic and do these challenges and
I'm pretty sure
I
the only time I've missed a day of eating is when I had like a stomach flu or something.
right. Yeah. When you logistically couldn't do it.
Yeah, I just couldn't do it. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
No,
Because if I have the option to eat, I'm going to eat.
100%, 100%. Even if it's just a snack here and there, like I think,
My brother just did a 3-day fast,
oof,
which he said was amazing. But I'm like, I could maybe get through a day, but once you get to where
yeah,
you have to go to sleep, how would you
yeah,
sleep? You'd be so
yeah.
hungry.
It's just short. I did for some reason, I don't know. It was just after 2020. Everyone is doing these
Yeah,
fun little
right.
things. So I started doing this juice cleanse.
Yep.
And so all you do is just drink these juices after like, 5 hours, whatever. By the 8 hour mark, my stomach hurt. And I'm like, can I get to the next juice yet? But you're like, no, I still have, you know, X amount of time before bed.
Yeah, it
And
is not a
no,
filling drink.
no, it's not. And I'd wake up at 6 a.m., like stomach like hungry. And I'm like, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. But then after that, I think it's also the lack, right now, if I wanted a pizza, I could get a pizza. If I want sushi,
Right.
I can get sushi.
Right.
But if you're like, okay, no pizza, then I'm like, oh, now I really want pizza. Now I want it so
That's
much more,
right. Yeah. Yeah.
So
When you know you can't have it, that's when you want it.
that's what would kill me.
I keep
That's what would kill
hearing
me.
that, like, if you get through the first day, like the hunger kind of subsides, but I don't know if I believe that or not.
I've done it. I did 3 or 5 days. It gets worse.
Yeah. See, I don't have the willpower.
Yeah, I'm watching the clock being like, okay, how many 48 hours left? Okay, the 36. Like I'm
Yeah.
just
I
like,
could not distract myself enough for
and that's it.
48
And that's
hours.
it. And that's it. Yeah, I'd have to lock myself indoors because smelling even passing a restaurant in the
Oh my
city,
God.
I'd
Yeah.
break.
And it'd
I'd
be,
break.
if I was going to attempt that, I would have to be by myself.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Because
100%.
anybody I'm around, one, I'm going to be grumpy.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
two, they're going to influence me. I mean, they're going
yeah,
to have to do
yeah.
it with me because if they eat anything, I'm going to eat.
Exactly.
Right.
Or, I'd be like, your breath smells like cheeseburger. Like, you had it 2.5 hours ago. My senses would get
I
heightened.
saw you eat that burger. Come over here and breathe next to me.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, Agape,
Exactly.
please come back. Let's do this again at some point.
Oh,
It's
I
been
would
great.
love to. I would love to. Yeah, this has been so much fun, and I appreciate you having me.
Yeah, of course. Of course. Yeah, I had the best time. But yeah, hold on
Yeah.
one second. I hope you enjoyed that. Agape I mean, he's awesome. Just a great guy. I was telling him off camera, I was like, I must have been in a storytelling mood because I could not shut up. So hopefully um, that wasn't too distracting because Agape was definitely the headliner of this interview. Talented guy. Ginny and Georgia is out now on Netflix. Do yourself a favor if you're not watching this show. It's so good. Emily got me turned on to it. I knew she was watching it, and I was like, I don't think I'm going to watch that one. But I kept hearing her in there laughing and talking about it, and I was like, all right, I'm going to try it. And I got hooked really quick. And then the next two seasons we watched together, and it's excellent show. And we've had several different cast members that have been on the podcast. So definitely, if you're a fan, check those out as well. I think I hit everything that. Agape also did an episode of the Twilight Zone. I should have brought that one up, but I think that's the only one that we didn't get to. He's a fantastic actor, and he's fairly new. He's fairly new getting into it. I think we're going to see so much more from him, and I would not be surprised to see him in a DC or a Marvel role at some point. I could. He's very personable. He looks athletic. Totally see him as a superhero or maybe a villain. Even would be kind of fun. Since I'm in a story mode, I'll throw one more out there. He'd mentioned about making decisions when you're in high school based on a significant other or someone that you're interested in. In his case, it was a girl. I had something similar when I was in middle school. I'd went to see the movie Breakin', and this is dating me. It came out in the early '80s, but it was about breakdancing. I cannot dance at all, not a lick. But I like the outfits in it, so I got a pair of parachute pants. Look those up if you don't know what they are. They're ridiculous, and I wore those to school. Well, a girl in my class said, "Hey, you look pretty good in those pants." Well, from that day on, I had a different collar parachute pants for every day of the week, and I wore those things for about 2 years. every day, just based on the fact that that one girl that I never went out with said I look good in them. So I don't know, kind of amused me. If you're finding us for the first time, our website is meistercon.com. Thank you for being here. You can find, if you can believe it, next week we're going to post our 1,000th episode. 1,000 episode. Just amazing to me that we're to that point. And you can find audio and video versions on our website. If we're doing anything in studio, if we're going on location, covering a convention, anything we have going on, be on the website, meistercon.com. So please check us out there. Our YouTube channel is MeisterCon Pod. Please subscribe. It doesn't cost you a dime, but those subscriptions really help us out. YouTube, MeisterCon Pod. Thank you guys so much. Till next time. Bye, everybody.